Hi there, my friends. So excited to have our kickoff tonight. I want to let you know you can feel free to chat in the chat room as much as possible. I'll try to chat with you there. Super excited about our kickoff. We have been pumping ourselves up about this 40-day experience now for the past few weeks, and I'm so glad. Today was day one. We started in our Facebook group. It's called Health Coaches on a Mission. For those of you who might not be there yet, those of you who are there, day one post is in there. I did just announce, this is kind of a fun side note. I did just announce that I'm going to be drawing names from anyone who chats with me on those posts, the daily posts in the group, and here on our kickoff live, as well as our celebration that we're going to do later on. So there will be prizes. I want to give away prizes. I have this beautiful full prize box, and I haven't sent people prizes in a while. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Anybody who's ever gotten a goodie package from me knows how much fun that is. I send it in real mail. Yes, even though it's costs an arm and a leg now to do that, I still feel like it's just such a great way to connect and make your day, for you to get something fun in the mail besides just bills all the time. So we're not officially ready to start just yet. I'll wait for the actual time here, but just a little bit about me and our community while we're waiting. So I'm Coach Bess. I started my business back in late 2010. January 2011 was the official kickoff, and I started out health coaching and building a blogging and recipe development business at the beginning. And then it kind of just grew from there as people had needs, and I saw how desperate the need was for health coaching, especially family-wide. I think often what we have out there is fitness coaching, nutritional advice. We have all these things going, but there's such a need for those of us who are willing to minister to the entire family, meaning whether that's you're just working with the parent that leads the lifestyle in that family, or whether you're working with multiple family members, which I did often. So that's something I became, a family health coach, did that for many years, miss it terribly, have often struggled with wanting to go back to that. But lately what I've been doing is mentoring and working alongside and partnering with you who are building your own health or wellness or life coaching ministry business online. This is such a crazy world, this online world, and just the world that we're in culturally right now. Such a loud and noisy place, it feels like, online now. I remember in the early days when I first started with Facebook, it was like 2010. And I remember it was all conversation, all connection, so edifying. Very rarely was there like negativity. And we know now it's very different. But that's why I feel like you are so important. You are bringing light in the darkness. You are bringing uplifting, encouragement to whatever niche, whatever area of your community that you are serving. You're bringing a voice in the wilderness. We are in a literal, cultural, societal, whatever however you want to define it, as well as I do, we're in a wilderness right now online. And so we are more needed than ever. But it's also a challenging place to be, and to figure out how to balance our lives and our own health, our own mental health and spiritual health, and just our family and all the needs that we have in the roles that we are in with our families. Some of us are sandwich generation like me, where we are not only still raising kids, and now I have my own grandkids as well that I actively help with, and I adore them. They're the love of my life. But we also are now caregiving and hands-on, and sometimes even switching roles with our adult parents who are aging. So there's a lot on us. I don't care who you are and what your niche is and what your title is. You're wearing a lot of hats. There's a lot on you. So knowing that, and knowing that that's been my story too, and is my story currently, that is where Reset to Rise, the experience, the 40 days, came from. I desperately need a reset, and I desperately need to rise. I need to rebuild, and I need to really get before him in a new way, consecrate my life to him, my time, my attention, my focus, my heart purposes, my, sorting through what's my desires versus what his desires for me are. I need to hear him clearly again for my purpose. What is my purpose? Am I in alignment with it? Is this really what you want me to still be doing? If so, what specifically? How am I to be serving? And so we're going to do this together. You're doing that same thing. You're seeking him in a new way over these 40 days. We started today with day one with a bang in our Health Coaches on a Mission group. If you are, hey, Lori, good to see you. If you are not there yet, please jump in. It's going to be a really edifying, really soul building, healing, renewing time for you. And, even if you're not a health coach or have a health or wellness business right now, we have so many people in that group who are not necessarily health coaches. They are a variety of beautiful things, serving a variety of beautiful people with what they're doing. If you know that you are a servant heart and you just need to fill up your spirit right now, and you're not even sure what the business side of that looks like for you, please still jump in, because this is going to lift you up. You are going to feel closer to him, closer to being in touch and having clarity on your purpose. You are going to be just really filled up from this experience. So thank you to those who have already been jumping in. In the description of this live cast, there is the link for those of you who haven't jumped in yet and you want to get the beautiful workbook. This is just the part one, the first 12 days, but I'm going to use it a little bit tonight as we go over a couple things. So I wanted to have it printed and ready. It is a beautiful, my light is making it too hard to see. Let's go. There we go. Okay, hold on. There you go. There's the cover. Okay, so you guys can grab that. Any of you can grab that. I don't want you to feel out of, eliminated or out of the community. I want you to feel part of the community through this. All right. So let's get officially started here. Thank you, everyone who's here. So excited that people are here with me tonight. We're going to kick this off. So whether you are joining me live or you're here catching the replay later, because this will be up, if you have to jump off too, know that you can come back at any time and hear the rest of it. It will stay up on the channel right there in the listings of the most recent videos, and you will see it. And same link. So you can take the same link. But I know that you are not here by accident. Whenever my spirit leaps over a download like this, what this was for me, I know that it's a God thing and that he's already had the hearts and the spirits in mind who need to hear this or who need to participate in this. And so I always trust him with that. It's kind of a peaceful place to stay, by the way, as Christian health coaches or Christian life coaches or a Christian minister, whatever your role is. It's good to stay in that place of like, you know what? If he gave this message to me to share, I can trust that he already knows who needs it and he's going to connect us somehow. I got to show up and do the effort, but he's going to connect us. And that's what happened here. And I know it's going to continue to happen. So before we talk about our businesses, clients, marketing, our next offer, social media, which is what we do enjoy talking about that in our community, by the way. So those of you who are like, man, I would be okay with talking about that with you, Bess, just know I am a business coach for that. I help with that. And in our community, we have multiple resources available already for that. But before we do that, we're going to spend these 40 days, at least the first 12, fully focused on our hearts, where our hearts are at. Because what I found is after all these years, as I just shared, doing this for since 2010, 2011, so 15 plus years now, I have found that if my heart slips out of alignment or my heart is full of worldly stuff, confusion from what everyone else is saying I need to be doing or how I need to be doing it, that everything falls that way. So if my heart is in alignment and I'm at peace and I have this clear knowing in my knower that I'm in what I need to be doing what I need serving who I need to be serving, showing up the way I need to be showing up, man, everything falls into that too. So it works both ways. And so that is my heart with this experience with you, okay? Because sometimes the greatest thing holding us back has nothing to do with, oh, my numbers are low. I'm not making any money or enough money yet. I don't have enough clients yet. I don't even know how to get clients yet. That's not always what's holding us back. Those problems are easy to solve. Okay? I shouldn't say easy. Realistic to solve. Possible, highly possible to solve. But if we're exhausted in our soul, especially, if we are striving, if we're living in a state of disappointment, some of us are there. We've been there. Like, it's been months of disappointment. That's been my past few months due to my own personal struggles. Not disappointed in this community or the beautiful people I serve by any means, just disappointed in myself and the reality of what my body's been going through and how long it's taking me to bounce back, as people like to call it. If we're in fear or anxiety about the future or even our present, sometimes the greatest thing holding us back is the comparison game, that old lie of imposter syndrome and the lie of our identity and that our identity is somehow defined by circumstances or by our results or by lack of results. We talked in great detail on our Beehive call Monday. I'm losing track of the days now because we've had a lot going on with getting this going and our Beehive. I have a Beehive mastermind. It's always open, but I don't always market it. So let me know if you, after we get to know each other better in this experience and you're like, I want more of this. That's the Beehive, extremely affordable monthly mastermind, beautiful peers in there. And we are growing together this year. And we talked in detail on Monday about our identity as like just knowing our identity in Him so that disappointments, comparison, looking around, hearing all the ideas or what we should be doing, those won't sway us from that solid feeling we can feel in who we are already in Him. So I actually have been thinking I might share that talk, just cut the part out that I'm thinking about and share that with those of you who have signed up for this experience. So another reason to opt in if you haven't done it yet, at the link in this description. I'm going to be sharing things like that. I think it's a deeper dive into that. And that's a big one. That's a big one that many of us struggle with. And the other one that I find that's very big for many of us is small thinking. Oh, I'll just be happy if I can just make this few hundred or serve a couple of people or serve the people at my church, or you know how we do. We are small thinkers in our flesh, in our nature. But God wants to take us higher than that. His thoughts are higher. His ways are higher. They're greater. They're bigger than we could ever imagine. And He does want that for us, but not by striving, by being in this alignment we're going to talk about throughout these 40 days. So if we're honest, sometimes we get so busy building a business for Him, or fill in the blank, that we've forgotten how to simply be with Him, sit in His presence, seek Him in a deeper way without expectations of He's got to answer this, take care of that, meet me here. He'll meet us here. We just need to sit with Him. We just need to remember how big He is. We just need to remember how small our problem is to Him. And sometimes that assurance comes from just sitting, which was why today, day one, our topic was be still, because that is the first step. Stilling our mind, stilling our spirit, stilling our bodies even. In this day and age, you'll notice, especially those of us working in the online world, we notice that people scroll. That's why we're encouraged to do reels and graphics and carousels, because people have no attention span and they are scrolling for the next dopamine hit. Well, we actually get sucked into that, even though we know we're not supposed to be of this world. We're just supposed to be in it. And we get caught up in that. And so our heart rate goes up and our anxiety goes up. And why did I buy that thing over there? Should I have signed up for that thing over there? Oh, I signed up for that webinar too, but I can't get on that one. We do that. We buy into the go, 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 the rush, 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 the consume, consume, consume. And soon we are not still. And our time in his presence is not a priority. It's an afterthought, or it's I wish I had done that, or I want to do that more. Do you guys agree with this? If I'm way off, will you tell me in the comments? No, Bess, I've never dealt with that. I don't even know what you're talking about. Or if I'm hitting any hot buttons, I want to hear that in the comments. So tell me in the comments, a thumbs up if you can relate, or a thumbs down if you do not agree with me at all. So this isn't meant to be just another productive, get busy, do this, do that, let's do more challenge. That's why I didn't call it a challenge. This isn't a challenge. This is an experience between you and him, to get more of him, to sit with him more, and to come before him boldly for your business and your calling. We'll get into that later, but I'm excited to talk about that throughout this time, because sometimes we're not coming boldly enough, and that's linked to our identity issues. So we're going to dig into that, okay? I'm going to share the identity talk. I already know I am. And then I'm going to bring another video on coming boldly because of our identity. I'm so excited. Okay. There's going to be some good stuff here, y'all. So I hope you have opted into the email list. Okay. So you don't miss any of it. This experience is an invitation to slow down long enough for him to realign your heart, renew your mind, refresh your spirit. I hope you can't hear my dog barking. And remind you why he called you in the first place and what he called you to. Throughout scripture, the number 40 represents seasons of preparation. That was where my 40 days came from. Back in my early days as a health coach, I used 40 days a lot in my coaching. And because we would link it to so many biblical stories of 40 days. So it's kind of exciting how many there are. I don't have anyone here with the dogs. Lola! So I have to yell at her myself, and I apologize to you that I'm yelling in front of you. The puppy is a barking. Okay, 40 days of rain before new life could come forth. 40 years in the wilderness before they could enter the promised land. 40 days that Jesus spent fasting and preparing and being tested in preparation for his ministry. God often does his deepest work in seasons that require surrender before they require action. This has been true in every turning point in my business up till now. There has not been one time that I have found a real breakthrough. I mean, God is a God of miracles no matter what. He has miraculously pulled out at the 11th hour and saved me. And I can't even tell you how many times, financially or otherwise, in my business. That's not what I'm talking about. My mindset shift, my getting in alignment with him, my purposeful back into surrender on my knees before him was always right before, and usually a little bit of time of that, not just one time, was always the catalyst for things to truly turn in a breakthrough way in my business over and over and over. Even like some of the most powerful programs that I've birthed over the years, not just the Fresh Start one, that was one of them, but the Academy now that I've had with coaches, the other big ones that have happened. We had for a while, 26 of the 50 states, we had Fresh Start for Health leader-led Bible studies in. We had people coming to Christ. We had people renewing their love for Christ. We had people getting healthy. We had people turning their health around. I mean, coming out of diabetes type 2, pushing back on heart disease, losing incredible amounts of weight. We had really breakthrough stuff happening through that Bible study that we used to foster. Really crazy, cool things happened over the years. Always, it was after a season of me falling on my knees and saying, why am I trying to do this by myself with my own strength, in my own mind? Who do I think I am? I need you. I need you. and then getting before him day after day for days. Usually fasting was involved, and the giving up of something, because it's not always food for me. I don't struggle with food. So that's not always what I fast. I fast the things I struggle with, things that I know are stealing my time, my heart, my attention away from him. And that's when the breakthrough happens. So we see God do it in the word, but we also know this to be true in our lives. If you know that this is true and you have testimony of this, would you say in the comments, me too? That's what happens for me too. Share in the comments. And if you want to share details, please go ahead. This is public, so I understand if you don't want to, but we are always lifted by each other's testimonies. Your testimony matters more to your peer coach in here than you can even imagine. It's so uplifting. And that's why I'm doing this in the group as well, the 40 days, because you guys sharing your moments, your testimonies, your ahas, your breakthroughs, your teary moments, your crying out for prayer requests, whatever it is going to be so incredible for other people with you. That's what's cool about this. If we speak up and share, others can be touched and moved and blessed. So that's exactly what these next 40 days together are all about. The first part of the journey, the first 12 days, is called reset, because it's all about, we're going to be still, we're going to pause, we're going to reflect, we're going to surrender, we're going to seek him in a more deep way, in a deeper way. And then we're going to spend the last 28 days rising. We're still going to be taking it slowly, little bit at a time each day, but we're going to be putting some things into action. We're going to be moving from that posture of surrender and release and renewal. And he's still going to be renewing us, but we're going to be moving peacefully and beautifully into a 28-day small step, grace-based action plan. Because my prayer for this isn't that you will just grow your business, which that's obviously anytime I release something here, that's my heart for you. But it's that you will hear his voice more clearly, rediscover joy in your day-to-day, because the day-to-day is what it's all about. Have you guys heard the sayings out there? They're so good about what actually makes success. It's the day-to-day, what we're doing routine-wise, what we're doing in our habits, what kind of foundation we're laying in our self-discipline and taking care of ourselves every day. We know that, right? So my heart is that your day-to-day would be changed, just one day at a time. One small thought at a time, one small prayer at a time, and then one small action step. My heart is that you will remember the vision that he placed inside of you, and not just remember it, but that you will get back in touch with the passion you felt when you first realized the vision. So many of us, a lot of the passion is dimmed or has been diminished or even crushed. And we might be crushed, but we are not destroyed. We might be pressed down on a little bit here, culturally, in our lives, circumstantially. In my case, health. In your case, might be something else. The challenges of the sandwich stuff with my parents and my kids and my grandkids. It's a lot. I feel crushed recently, but I am not destroyed, and you are not destroyed. We will not be, because we're not doing this for ourselves. It's wonderful that God brings reward for us, for ourselves, yes. But we are doing this because he called us to it. What we're doing goes deeper than, oh, I had a dream and it was to do this and build this. It's deeper than that. He wants to build us before, or while, I would say while, not before, while he's building that, the vision. He wants to build us. His heart is for our heart. So I pray that you will release the pressure to perform and instead learn to partner with him in everything you build. I love that that's what we're about around here. We are not about numbers, 6-figure this and 6-figure that. I'm so sick of hearing that term, guys. You'll notice I never use it. And no, it's not because I haven't made 6 figures. I mean, I've made 6 figures, but I haven't made 6 figures in 1 year. It's because I'm sick of that being a measuring tool. Success in God's kingdom looks so different. So it gets to look different for us. Success to him is the heart change, the transformation that we're helping someone else experience, the people coming back to him, people maybe meeting him for the first time through our work, people getting in touch with what they need to do differently in their lives, which then trickles out to everyone they touch. As health and life coaches, we are not just ministering to one client in front of us, we are ministering to that client's entire sphere. Isn't that powerful? Your reach is far greater than any worldly reach tool like money that you make, or numbers on your blog, or numbers on your YouTube, or numbers on your Facebook, or whatever. Far greater than that. Okay? And that's what we're going to remember over these days. We're going to take note of it. We're going to journal that. We're going to share those testimonies. So let's talk about. So I know where I left off in my notes. Let's jump into the workbook here and talk about what this actually is going to look like. Very briefly, because I don't want to use up too much time on this, you can read for yourself, I know, and you got the workbook, those of you who already signed up. Anybody new that's joining me who has not already registered on the list, the link is in the description below, and you will pretty immediately, like within a few minutes, you will get the workbook. All right. So here's how to get the most from this challenge. The point is that we are going to be interacting with each other, not just here on this kickoff, but there's going to be videos coming from me on occasion. I'm hoping to do a lot, but because of my health that I shared with you, I don't know how many I'll be able to do by the end. So I didn't promise a number, but I'm going to be bringing some video messages because they're going to be small and sweet and short and on the topic that we're talking about. So where you can see everything is the email list that I keep pointing to in the description below. You will get every kind of news you need to get from that list. So make sure that you favorite those emails or put them, like move them to your inbox if it's Gmail, or another one that you can move into your primary email box, because that will help you see future emails. As soon as you move the first one over, all the future ones will go there and they won't go to spam or promo or any of those other ones, okay? The email will be where you always see everything that's going on. I will also be posting daily in the Facebook group, Health Coaches on a Mission. It's a free Facebook group. That group's been around, y'all, for years and years, like almost a decade. It's crazy. So we are in there. I'll be in there posting. You get to share in there. You can always post your own post in there, but you can also comment on the daily posts that I'll be putting. So those two places is where we will have our live interactive discussions, okay? Email doesn't always feel live, right? It feels kind of one-sided. It's coming from me. You can hit reply anytime you want. I don't care if you do it to every single email. I love getting emails from you, and you will always get a personal response from me. I don't have anyone on staff right now, so you'll hear from me. But the Facebook group helps it be more of a conversation, right? And that's also where I'll be putting those videos, okay? So that's where you can show up every day, is in that Facebook group. And consistency, show up for yourself every day. So those of you who are like, not a big Facebooker, or if that'll just end up being a distraction for me, okay, how about you just show up for yourself with him, with the day-to-day pages of the workbook, okay? Oh, Lord. I just realized my light's not gonna let you guys see it the way I can see it. So you can see the workbook, though. I was showing you the day of the example of a day page. Okay, so show up for yourself then. Those of you who do like the conversation, you want to share more of your testimony, you'd love to be encouraged by peers in the group and myself, show up in the group then. But either way, protect this time for these 40 days and apply yourself for 15 to 20 minutes each day. Go over the page, do a little journaling, do some prayer, talk to him about this. Oh my gosh, Sheila's so excited to see you. Kathy, you're here. Rhonda, good to see you. I already saw Lori and Joe. I'm so happy y'all are here and that you guys are commenting, because then I know it's actually you. Otherwise, I just see a number of people and I don't know it's you. Thank you for commenting. Keep commenting. Okay, so that's how you can show up, okay? There was something else I was going to say about that. The email list, the Facebook group, and then I will let you know if there will be. I was thinking about potentially doing another one of these for the beginning of the 28 days. I'm kind of thinking I'm still going to do that. So you will get news on that and you'll get the link for that. Okay. And it would be like this. It'd be in the evening. So those of you who work at other JOBs, you can still show up. All right. Then when you open the workbook and you open, maybe you're already doing your devotional time. Maybe this is something you're getting back to, devotional time. In my case, I used to be really good at it. And I used to be really good at my morning business meeting with my CSO, I called it, my chief spiritual officer, where I do a whole thing, a 15, 20-minute thing, where I write things out. And it's just for the business on top of my personal growth devotional time. Okay. So for me, I'm just getting back into it. So I'm going to admit that freely in front of you. I got away from it with my health going downhill the way it did last couple of years. My sleep was really impacted. And so I was sleeping in almost every morning just to get sleep. It's a long story. I don't want to bore you with it, but I let this still go so far to the wayside. So that was one of my number one intentions with this was when I was like, I'm going to open this up to everybody else, because what if that's something they also have gotten away from? Now, if you haven't, and it's something you already do, just add the workbook page into what you already do. And if you want to hear more about the little routine I have for the 15-minute business meeting with my CSO, that's a bonus that I would be happy to send you guys in this experience. If that's something you are interested in, let me know. Comment here, reply to an email, let me know. Okay, so each day you're going to, of course, invite the Holy Spirit into lead your time and just spend time with him for your business. Okay. All right. Number 3, we're going to be honest with God, just like I was just honest with you and told you where I've been failing. No, it's not failing. It's just, you guys know how it goes, right? And you just get out of it and then you're like, nope, time to get back to it. And it can feel like failing for a little while. I beat myself up for a few days before I get to that point sometimes. Either way, whether I'm confident in something, whether I'm feeling like a failure in something, this 40-day process, I'm going to be nothing but honest with God. I've already started. I started almost a week ago, about 5-ish, 6 days ago, and was already getting honest with him and was already feeling clearer communication with him opening. Don't know how to describe it. Thought I was already honest with him anyway, but just being intentionally honest, bringing some things to him with this process. Wow. It's just like all the, picture all the noise, the background noise, picture all these people talking in a big room. And then there's a hush that falls on the room. Like the big speaker walks in and everybody goes, whew. That's how my brain felt. That's what I'm trying to say by being honest with him. So be honest with him. What I love about him is even when he is disciplining me or working something new in me or convicting me of something I have been in sin about, even, or just in disobedience about, it's the most beautiful, bittersweet, beautiful thing. I would rather be disciplined by him than anyone else. I've never felt so loved as when I get like lovingly held and then bittersweet conviction falls on me. I can't explain it. And you guys know the feeling because you do this. I know I'm not, saying something strange here. So that's what I mean by being honest with him. And then number 4, the reflection questions are meant to be journaling prompts, just to get us going on writing down how we feel about it right now, using this as a something we can look back on later, how much we've grown, so there's no right or wrong. Empty your thoughts onto that little box or onto your own journal. If you're a journaler already, like I know Rhonda, sorry for calling you out, but Rhonda is a professional journaler. I'm so glad that's a big thing she teaches in her coaching because she lives it. I've known that for years about her and have always admired that. So if you're already a journaler, maybe you just don't even use the page in the workbook, but you use that prompt and you take that to your regular journal. But the point is to just get it out, whatever he's speaking to you, whatever you're feeling, right or wrong, so that you have something to look back on later. And then number 5, we're going to take the daily action step. Now, you'll notice in day 12, there's no real daily action step besides spend this time with him. Here's your verse, here's your prayer, here's your declaration, and here's your journaling. So that's all you've got in the first 12 days. I promise you in the 28-day portion, which I did tell you it was going to be 1 page a day, I've tried and tried and tried, and I don't think it's possible. I'm pretty sure the last 28 days are 2 pages on average each, because I forgot that I was adding in the daily action step for your business. They're going to be very minimal, very small, very doable for all of us, whether you have a tiny bit of time to put in this business or a lot. Okay. And I'm also adding in your daily habit that's a non-negotiable that you're committed to, and there'll be a tracking for it. Okay. So I'm adding some things into the 28-day portion. So I'm going to try one more thing to see if I can fit it all on 1 page, but I didn't want to cheat you of that little write-up at the beginning. So we'll see what I get figured out, but it could be a little longer than I promised you. Okay. Number 6, stay connected. That kind of goes along with the showing up, even though I did mean with the showing up step, the number 1, that's really all about you and him, your time with him. But staying connected is participating in our Facebook group if you're a Facebooker. Being intentional about that, not just for prizes, even though it could be fun for you to get a package from me, but just for the fellowship, for the edification, for the encouragement, and for you to practice showing up, maybe holding your own platform group, challenge group, whatever has been on your goal for your business, for your outreach. Well, this is a great way to put into action what that would look like for you to show up, to discipline yourself to show up daily. So lots of reasons for it, but that's what that's for. And then number 7, let go of perfection. I hate that word. And I struggle with perfection. I have learned to be okay with just a spirit of excellence. I think there's something valuable to having a spirit of excellence. So I'm not dissing that. Can you guys tell that I'm a recovering perfectionist? Okay. So even with this process, if you miss a couple days or a day or two, don't beat yourself up. Just show back up when you can. It's okay. It's summertime. I know y'all are busy. And if you have littles, you're even busier because it's summer. I get it. So no perfection on yourself. And especially when we get into the 28-day portion, please, no need to be like, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. It's okay. It's a journey. This is an experience. And this is something you can go back to and revisit and take through again on your own. So, you're going to have all the resources to go back to. Okay. And then number 8, and I think the most important, together we are going to expect God to move big in our hearts first, in our spiritual health. And then we're going to watch him open doors, open our minds, help us overcome some things that might have been a block for a very long time, help us replace lies with his truth, help us replace limited or small thinking with his ways and his thoughts. So expect him. That's the only expectation we're holding through this journey, is we're expecting him to move because he said he would. All of his promises remain true, no matter how jaded my heart became, no matter how hard things have been for me. His promises didn't change. They're still available for me, and they're still available for you. His word stands through time, through societal change, through cultural change, through the speed of life, through hard things, through our own attitudes changing. He didn't change. So we expect him to move. Okay. We expect him to renew our minds with his scripture. It's such a comfort to strengthen our faith in small, daily, consistent ways. It won't be like you wake up tomorrow and your faith is strengthened. You guys know this. It's daily. It's, I'm handling that thing better than I would have last week. It's things like that. You just start to notice you are in a stronger faith walk. We're expecting him to reveal new opportunities we might have missed or we don't see them yet. We're expecting him to bring clarity where there has been confusion. I personally am feeling relief over this. I've had some confusion this year with what to do with my own business. We expect him to refine our character one small, godly centered decision at a time. He refines us, but we take the steps every day. And then we realize looking back, oh, he's been refining me. I don't fly off the handle like I used to. I don't think negative thoughts quickly about those people like I used to. I don't get mad easily like I used to. He's doing that, and we're expecting him to do that. We're expecting him to remind us of who we are in Christ. That's why I really do want to bring more identity teaching. And most of all, to draw us closer to himself. That's our top goal for this. Okay. This is going to be a defining season in your walk with God, I believe, especially when it comes to how you look at yourself and your abilities in your business. And that's why I felt so strongly to do this with you, not because of anything I came up with, but because of what he's going to do through a heart of yours that's fully surrendered. All right. So we are going to take this journey together. Oh, let me just share the scriptures that are here. There's inside the workbook on the page about how to get the most. The second page, draw near to God and he will draw near to you, James 4:8. And those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. I'm clinging to this scripture like it is living water right now. Isaiah 40:31, and I'm believing it. Okay, the covenant page is right after that in your workbook. And this one, let me turn this slide off so you can see it. This is your covenant page. And this one is between you and him. I'm signing mine. I was going to sign it before we started here so you would see that, but I'm writing what I'm believing because I was thinking pretty deep about that today because I want to be kind of bold, but I was like doing my old battle, in myself. But what I'm believing for him over the next 40 days, I'm committing to this, and what my personal prayer is for this, which my prayer is about me, yes, but it's also about you and what you're going to receive in this 40-day experience. So then you just sign it and put the date, and it's between you and him. Or if you want to share it, because some of us want to share what we believe he'll accomplish or what, our prayer is, feel free to snap a picture with your smartphone and share it in the Facebook group. We would love that. If someone does do that, I promise I will share mine. But I'm not going to share mine if no one else is. But it's just a commitment page. It's a covenant between you and him that you are consecrating in a new way. You are giving him all of it, all your stress, all your trepidation, all your disappointment, anything over the last however long that you've been struggling with. You are laying it before him, and you are ready for him to do a new thing in you, in your heart, in your spirit. And through that, it's going to be such a natural, organic thing. He's going to move in your business. People are going to feel it. You're going to be able to bust out of some old things that have held you back. Some of you have been held back from getting on something like this and doing video or doing a workshop or doing a YouTube live. You're going to be able to bust out of that. Some of you are being held back even in, making weekly content in any way, sharing text posts or graphics or reels or anything. Maybe you've struggled with consistency, having the discipline of doing that week after week. Maybe you have struggled with believing that doing those things will bring the connections and the people that you're meant to serve. Whatever your struggle has been, I believe it's about to be overcome. I believe it's about to be overcome for you. That's why we're doing this. I'm very convinced of this. Okay. Now, the first 12 days, which is what we're doing here. And I think I am. I think I'm going to hold the 28-day kickoff too. So we'll just talk about the first 12 days. Okay. So these next 12 days, today was day 1. So 11 more days, we are going to focus on, I thought I had listed all of them in one spot, but we're going to be still. I did not. We're going to make room. We're going to talk about how we're set apart. We're going to lay it down. Oh, I'm excited. Freedom from comparison, grace over perfection. Woo. Speak, Lord, is day 7. Hearing his voice, called to serve. Remember the vision. Take inventory. Oh, this is going to be so good, guys. and one thing. Day 12 is one thing, okay? And we're doing this because what I just shared really, but because we want to retrain ourselves on the value of just sitting with him first thing, even if it's just a couple minutes, even if it's before you get out of bed. Have the workbook sitting next to you on your bedside table. You can do this before you get out of bed, or you could do it with your morning coffee. As you dig into each day's page here in the workbook, and then we'll talk about them in the Facebook group, which I am pre-scheduling posts so that they go out super early Eastern time, because today was not acceptable that it goes out so late Eastern time. Okay. So I'm pre-scheduling them so that they go out at a good time where you actually can get to them before your day gets crazy. But we are going to frame the revelations with, okay. So these are common questions that you guys, that I've heard you over this past few months, couple years. What am I afraid will happen if I fully surrender this business to him? So that's one of them. These are the things that you might, as you get the revelations personally going through each of the days, you might come up with like that inner battle. Okay. So ask yourself, what am I afraid will happen if I fully surrender this business to him? Okay. Where have I confused busyness with fruitfulness? That one's big for me. What dream have I been protecting instead of placing in his hands? I'm holding on. I'm like, and I'm keeping it small because I'm holding on to it like I'm somehow in charge of this God-ordained divine calling in business. What expectation am I carrying that he never asked me to carry? Or what role or what part of your purpose are you carrying that he never asked you to pick up? You kind of, you thought it was right, but you didn't get confirmation, or you didn't wait for him to say, and you went out and did it. And now you just feel that you're carrying something. You went off on your own and now you're asking him for help. That kind of a thing. Okay. And am I building something that requires God? Am I thinking big enough that I actually need him for this thing to be a reality? Or is this something I can accomplish without him? That's a good soul question, isn't it? Because when I was putting this together, not just the workbook, but this journey, this experience together, I wanted these first 12 days to be a reset the 12 days of reset to be a North Star to each of us that we can return to when we do start to feel like we're off kilter. Okay. So this is going to be a lasting thing. We're not just going to do this time. It's something you can return to later on. And maybe we'll do this as a community. The first part of the last half of every year. I don't know. We'll see. We used to do our June yearly annual retreat, and we haven't been able to do those in a couple of years. And so this feels very similar to that to me, especially just being able to connect with you again like this and walk together like this. Okay. So any questions for me before I finish up here with a couple more things? Any questions about anything that I have already shared with you? You can put the questions in the chat. I've made a mess of my workbook now. So hopefully I don't have to go back through that because I've made a mess. Okay. Any questions or any input? What are you guys feeling? Was this like the perfect timing for you? Are you feeling like, oh my gosh, I needed this at this point? Because we still have 2 quarters left in 2026 to do great things in our business. That's a lot of time. And God doesn't work by a calendar year anyway. He works by his own timing, right? We know that. All right. Well, so far I'm not seeing any new comments. So I'm going to go ahead and move into finishing up here. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for spending time with me tonight. You have other things you could be doing, and I do not take that lightly. Those of you watching the recording, thanks for coming over, popping over, and viewing it. I genuinely believe that this is not just another of our challenges. We've done many challenges together in this community, and they have been beautiful. But this is very different. It's very set apart. And I think it's the beginning of a new season of my belief not just in myself, but in you, in why God has us here together, in the work you're doing, in what he has available to you. I just feel like really good things are going to come of this in how even I speak over you and speak to you, which is really important, but also in you as you break through so much. It's time for breakthrough. So thank you for coming, showing up, and being here for this breakthrough chat. I do want to very quickly plug the VIP coaching side of this experience. It is the free 40 days is enough for everyone. Okay. So the VIP coaching is merely an upgrade option. Okay. So it's not mandatory. No one has to do it. It does cost money, but it is incredible. So what it's going to be is a additional small pop-up Facebook group with me where I actually coach you, hot seat coach you and your business, where I'll answer any business questions. You get to get my input on things. You get to share your strategies with me or what God's showing you. As we're going through the experience together, different things are going to come up. You might need tools. You might need resources, or to know, Bess, what's a good thing to get for that? And I am the queen of vetting resources for you. I really do believe that. Like, I spend a lot of time making sure tools and resources that they're either affordable or free, or that they're worth the money, And so I don't throw out ideas all the time that cost tons of money. I'm not into that. I've lost a lot of money that way in my business by people doing that and me following that. And I want to save you from that. So you get that benefit, but you also get 8 coaching sessions with me. They're all going to be in the evenings. For those of you who work JOBs, it's going to be Mondays and Thursdays. So there's going to be 4 weeks of that together, starting the week of the 27th. Now, I haven't completely planned the topics on those yet, because I'm going to see what your feedback is and how many people how many are joining the VIP to see what you need. Okay. One of them is going to be completely open to you. So probably Thursdays are going to be the Q&As, hot seat coaching, all about you and your business and what you need. Okay. So Mondays would be more of a training with a Q&A time. I always include Q&A times. You guys know that. I don't want to do all the talking. I want you to share, and I want to help you. So those 8 sessions are included, and the private Facebook group. And then there's a course in the portal where many of you already are, in our system.io portal, where I have all of my courses now for that experience. So you will get lifetime access to everything, all the recordings of the calls, all the live call information, where to show up. They'll be on Zooms, they'll be private. You will get all those extra resources I share for different people asking different questions. Those will go in a resource library, and then you have lifetime access. Let's say that's not a question you have, but your sister coach asked it, but 6 months from now, or 3 months from now, or 2 months from now, you could use that answer. That's already there for you to go back to, because you get lifetime access to that portal. So, and there's going to be a business toolkit with prompts that you can either partner with an AI tool or use on your own, like a journaling tool, to come up with ideal client, your first or next ideal offer, your first or next ideal free thing. There's going to be a little business toolkit of all those exercises and prompts that you can work through to get clear on these things. So that's all included in the VIP. Get this, $97, one-time payment, $97. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. I can't believe more of you haven't signed up, because it's crazy. I'm not doing a good enough job, I think, of telling you how much is in there and how much is included. So I'm going to do better on that. But I would like to invite you to that. Now, if you are interested in seeing more about this, I have a page for that, for the VIP upgrade, and I've been sharing it in all of your emails. It's in your welcome email if you've signed up and opted in, and you've been getting it in your follow-up emails. So please let me know if you still need help getting that page. I will get it to you. Anybody here that is like, can you just shoot me the page? I will get it to you. So let me know that, message me or email me or comment here. But I would love to welcome you into that VIP upgrade level. Okay. But before you go, I want to just say a blessing over you. I want to give you a benediction because this is going to be a very good experience. So I want to pray over you. Before I pray, Zechariah 4:10, do not despise these small beginnings. And I know I've been in business for a while, y'all, but I've been pretty transparent with you. Income-wise, business success-wise, I am in many ways rebuilding over here as if I'm starting from the beginning again. Now, of course, I'm not. I recognize that. I already have my website. I already have my course portal. I already have some things in place. I get that. It's not exactly the same. But mentally, I know I'm rebuilding. I'm in a rebuilding stage. So I'm digging back into Nehemiah. Not Nehemiah. Is it Nehemiah? What's our favorite story about the rebuilding of the wall? Rhonda, you know this one. Who is it? Who's the Bible character? Okay. If I said Nehemiah and it's not Nehemiah, I am so embarrassed. But the rebuilding of the wall story, I'm going to get back into that book of the Bible. It is Nehemiah. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you, Lori. Okay, I'm digging back into that because that's where I'm at. The walls crumbled when my health crumbled, and there's a lot of rebuilding and starting from the ground up that needs to happen. So I'm clinging to Zechariah 4:10 as well, and you can join me on this one. Do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. I love it. Remember, he's not asking us to be about results or outcomes. Remember that with our businesses, with our growth, with our own character, he's asking us to show up and serve, to surrender, then show up and serve. We can just leave the stress of results and outcome to him. Isn't that just so comforting, guys? So comforting to me tonight. All right, I want to pray over you, and then I promise to let you go. It's almost been an hour now. Father, I thank you for every coach, entrepreneur, person watching tonight or watching this recording. I thank you that you have called each one by name and that you have prepared good works for them long before they ever began building this business. Yes. Over these next 40 days, quiet every competing voice. Give them ears to hear your voice. Sorry. Restore joy where there has been discouragement. Replace striving with peace, confusion with clarity, fear with faith, and burnout with fresh strength. Align our businesses with your purposes. Help us build what you've asked us to build in the way that you've asked us to build it, which I believe is in surrender and then in service. Surrender and service for your glory alone. We're not looking to be famous or rich, God. We're looking, and maybe that'll come for some of us. And that would be so glorious for your name. But that's not where we're going. We want to serve. Our hearts are to serve. May these next 40 days not simply change our businesses, but transform our hearts. We surrender it all to you. In your name we pray. Amen. Well, I hope I see you in the group tomorrow or even on today's post if you haven't gotten there yet. We're going to reset so we can rise. Have a beautiful evening. You'll be hearing from me by email and in the group. Thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you. Have a wonderful night.